Yo, I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed this, but after Sasuke left the village and went rogue, and Naruto came back with Jiraiya after training, the majority of Naruto's Team 7 was made up of Anbu Black Ops members except for Sakura. Dude, my young ninja homie had nothing but a squad, except for Sakura, of high-level shinobi around him. These ninjas were all a part of the dark side of the Anbu, the root/foundation that was run by Danzo, the dark side hater of the Hidden Leaf. Knowing that the second greatest hater in the Hidden Leaf's history was the leader at one point of the majority of Naruto's Team 7 is one of the most underrated facts of the Naruto universe. But before we go into breaking down Naruto's Team 7 Anbu members, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Naruto breakdowns. Let's jump into it. My young ninja Uzumaki Naruto was probably the most guarded ninja and neglected ninja in the history of the Hidden Leaf. Sounds kinda oxymoronic, right? Make sure to check out my The Third Hokage is the Worst playlist as we explore a lot of Hiruzen's mistakes when it comes to the Hidden Leaf. I think outside of actual Anbu Black Ops members, Naruto probably had more teammates who were former Anbu ninjas than any other ninja in the Hidden Leaf's history. Also, outside of actual Foundation/Root members, Naruto has had more teammates who were formerly subordinates of the second greatest hater in the history of the Hidden Leaf, the dastardly Danzo. Let's start with the leader of Team 7 and break down his Anbu affiliation, Kakashi Hatake. The youngest graduate in the history of the Hidden Leaf's Ninja Academy is Kakashi Hatake, who is a generational genius. Okay, so Kakashi's introduction into the Anbu came after he lost Obito Uchiha as his teammate during the Third Great Ninja War and received his Sharingan, and also after Rin impaled herself with Kakashi's Chidori after she had been captured and turned into the Three Tails Jinchuriki by the Hidden Mist Village. One link to both of these incidents was that Rin got kidnapped by enemy ninja. So I guess it was all her fault. Maybe? Maybe not, maybe. That is something to think about though. Rin's inability to not get kidnapped caused Kakashi a lot of trauma. Not victim shaming or anything, just pointing out something interesting. After losing two members of Team Minato and having Minato becoming the fourth Hokage, Kakashi spaced out during a mission where Might Guy had to jump in and save him, and he reported back to Minato about Kakashi's mental state. Minato decided he wanted to keep him close, so he asks Kakashi to become a member of the Anbu Black Ops under Minato's direct control as his right-hand man. It was at this time that Kakashi received the reputation for being a calculated and cold assassin who would be known as Cold-Blooded Kakashi of the Sharingan. Minato was again concerned and advised by the Third Hokage to have Kakashi secretly guard Kushina during her pregnancy as a means of softening his heart. Naruto is born and the Nine Tails is mysteriously released from Kushina and running rampant. Obito did it. And Kushina and Minato lose their lives in the process. In comes dastardly Danzo after the Third Hokage is reinstated as the leader of the Hidden Leaf. Dastardly Danzo used Kakashi's darkness that came from losing all of his teammates and sensei into convincing him to join his section of the Anbu called the Root/Foundation by planting the seed that Hiruzen planned for the attack of the Nine Tails Fox to take place as a means to reclaim power. Damn dastardly Danzo. It is at this time that Kakashi decides to join Danzo's branch of the Anbu, and we meet the kid who would later be known as Yamato. Here's where we discover how much of a hater Danzo is as the second greatest hater in the Hidden Leaf's history behind the one and only Madara Uchiha. Kakashi delivers intel as a gift to Danzo about Hiruzen's meeting with the feudal lord to resume his position as the Hokage, and Danzo is like, bet, we're gonna jump that ninja and delete him so I can become the Hokage as the second greatest hater in the history of Konoha. However, the plan failed because when Kakashi found out about the Wood Style Kid, he went to do some research about Hashirama Senju and was caught by Hiruzen, who gave him access to the files. Kakashi was told that the experiments to infuse Hashirama's cells into shinobi had taken place and failed, and that the jutsu was sealed and deemed as a forbidden jutsu. But weird things were taking place in the village. Genin and Chunin were coming up missing, as well as 60 newborn infants being snatched and kidnapped. Orochi? It was the suspicion of the higher-ups that the experiments were being resumed. Hiruzen is a straight clown. He knew Danzo and Orochi Epstein were in collaboration to resume the Hashirama cell transplant experiments. Here, Hiruzen disclosed that if there was a child who had successfully become trans Wood Style, the kid would be about 10 years old. Back to the planned jumping of Hiruzen. As he was supposed to be on his way to meet the feudal lord, Kakashi turned on Danzo and had a brief fight with Konoe, who would later be named Yamato, during the jumping, and let him go because his abilities were critical to the Hidden Leaf. Danzo was kicking it in the Hokage's office like he had already gotten the position. Hiruzen was like, bruh, get the hell out of my seat. You know you effed up, right? You know if I wanted to, I could get rid of you, right? Then Hiruzen let him go and brought back Kakashi under his control. This leads us to one of the biggest blunders in the history of the Hidden Leaf. I'm talking about the allowance of Orochi Epstein to become a rogue ninja by Hiruzen. So, once we discover that Danzo and Orochi Epstein were performing kidnappings and running experiments on babies, we have Hiruzen, some Anbu members, and the Monkey King Enma surrounding this ninja, Orochi Epstein, and guess what? Hiruzen lets this ninja go. Dude, WTF. It's this type of BS that caused me to create the series, The Third Hokage is the Worst. Hiruzen has done so much BS that has made no sense and caused the Hidden Leaf a lot of issues. But back to our Anbu breakdown. Kakashi runs into Orochi Epstein as he leaves the lab hideout after having just been let go by Hiruzen. They get into a brief scuffle and Orochi is hit with a paper bomb trap hidden inside the mouth of Orochi's snake. So he could hide a paper bomb in the mouth of his snake, but not just take him out. Whatever, bruh. Orochi gets injured and is bleeding and walks past Kakashi after giving him a death stare. Kakashi was ready to have a dookie party in his uniform. Now Hiruzen has an urgent bring back Orochi to the Leaf mission dispatched to all of the Anbu. He could have just deleted the ninja, but he's straight kitty cat. During this time, Konoe was sent ahead to meet with Orochi by orders of Danzo, and the meetup was in some tree-like cave area where there was a clan of individuals who were made of smoke. Orochi gave them his curse Hiki seal to stabilize them. Anyway, Danzo sent a scroll with Konoe for Orochi, and shortly after, Kakashi finds the hideout and has a smoke body guy up his nose and tries to delete him through suffocation. Konoe saves Kakashi by convincing the leader of My Body is Smoke guy that he can get good information out of Kakashi by torturing him. When the Smoke clan leaves the two, he lets Kakashi go, and then they spy on Konoe and see that he had intentions of allowing Kakashi to live. Then it's Kakashi and Konoe against the Turn My Body into Smoke clan. Both of their assignments were to stop Orochi, and this is where they basically have a joint operation and work together for the first time. The two young ninjas make a run for it, and Kakashi ends up having a brief sword duel with the leader of the Turn My Body into Smoke clan. Dude, homie was defeated by a gust of wind. Damn. Anyway, we get some of the most suspect actions I've seen in the show in a while, and it involves Orochi Epstein chasing a little girl. We'll explore this next time in part 2, where we see full-blown PDF file activities from Orochi Epstein, and we'll go through Yamato and Kakashi's relationship and then bring in Sai into the mix. I hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Naruto breakdowns. I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.